and welcome to the tri-monthly tier list. It's just what we do at the end of every single set and see if anything changes. Let's first look at our criteria. We have Vibe Central. Look at him go. Look at that guy dancing. He's having a great time. We'll check back in with him later. We have Nice Try. We have I'd Rather Not tier. Almost Playable. And then Absolute Despair, which is like what I'd put like game killers. I'd put those in there. First up is obviously set 1. We're just going to go in order. I don't have nostalgia goggles for set 1. Now, I started playing TFT in beta. I played it on the PvE server. I played Dota Auto Chess before this. I played that quite a bit. And honestly, this game just felt like an unpolished, uncompleted game. I had a little bit of fun playing it, but I just really didn't enjoy that much. So I'm actually going to put this in the almost playable tier. I didn't like it. It didn't grip me. And yeah, I don't have nostalgia goggles for it. Rise of the Elements is also the same thing. I thought it was just a step down from the first set, and I don't have nostalgia goggles for it. It's just, it did not grip me at the time, and I have no like crazy fondness over either of these sets. So those are pretty easy for me to rank right there. I think that's kind of hot already. I think a lot of people really like set 1. Most people don't like set 2, but we'll see. All right, now set 3. I actually really got gripped with TFT once we got to set 4, so I'll have much stronger opinions once we get to set 4. So this is the last one I don't have a super strong opinion about, and I'm going to rank set 3 and 3.5 together. So I'm doing Galaxy Return to the Stars because I actually didn't play set 3 at all. I was working a very demanding job and I was traveling for work. So I'm ranking them together because I actually started playing quite a bit in 3.5. This is actually the first set I hit Grandmaster in. I hit Grandmaster in the first couple weeks. I was not good at the game. It's just, I don't know. I was just lucky at that patch. I don't know what was happening. But yeah, this is the first time I ever started playing in high elo. I actually really enjoyed this set a lot, but it doesn't exactly go into the highest tier for me. I'm gonna go into the Nice Try. It didn't quite grip me, and it just wasn't everything I wanted it to be, but I did really like it. I liked a lot of the units. I liked a lot of the traits. I thought it was really fun, but didn't quite get me all the way, you know what I'm saying? Set 4. Now, if you guys have followed my content for a while, you will know my opinions on set 4 very easily. And I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna be coy with it. It's going in the Vibe Central. This is my favorite set. It's not even close. Actually it is kind of close, but but set 4 is my favorite set. Best units, I mean, guys, just Ashe, Riven, Jhin. Come on. I mean, just come on. I can stop there. Had the best forecast, has the best legendaries of any, best forecast and legendaries of any set. Had plenty of fun rerolls. Had things like Moon Man and stuff that were fun for people. Like super fun, mostly supportive style, but really fun legendary units. So Fates is just like the perfect set for me. People will argue about the mechanic, whether they don't like the mechanic or not. I think the mechanic was very fun at the time. If they released Fates again exactly how they released it back then with the knowledge that we have now, then the game wouldn't be nearly as fun as it was at the time, because Chosen was so solved. But I don't know, Chosen doesn't bother me. I think at the time it was awesome, and I think everybody had a blast playing it. All right, and now we have Festival of Beast. Now, I just sing the praises of Fates so much, and now this is the continuation, so this is set 4.5. And does this go into Vibe Central? Does it go all the way up here with my #1 pick, or does it go into Nice Try tier? Maybe it was Nice Try, maybe Nice Attempt, or it's probably actually going to go into the Rather Not. I really didn't like this set at all. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. It just was a step down from Fates. Like, I thought they added a bunch of things into the game that I didn't enjoy. A lot of tilting things. A lot of stuff became solved. Like, everyone knew how OP like Aatrox and Sejuani were going into this. I really didn't like Slayers. Slayers were like so meta. It were so prevalent in the meta for so much of the time. I didn't like Samira. I hated that there was this legendary unit that if she casts, I lose completely, and if she doesn't cast, then I just dominate them. And I played a lot of Asol. Asol was very meta in this set, and Asol I found to be extremely tilting the play. Same idea as Samira. If he casts, you win, and you send 20 on them. If he doesn't cast, then you take 20, and your whole comp is built upon that. And there were so many positional things that were very annoying. You had to position for Aatrox if he was going to hook you, but if you position to not get hooked by the Aatrox, this also was a delayed hook, so sometimes he would hook you anyways, even if you position for it. But if you position outside of a pocket to not get hooked by the Aatrox, then you are exposed to assassins. And then if you end up full clumping, then Tryndamere spins to your backline, or Aatrox pulls the corner unit, and then Tryndamere spins to your backline in there, and that was just no fun. So there was a lot of things they added to the game that I thought was very unfun, from Fates to Festival of Beasts, and it didn't help that everyone knew how to properly play around Chosen, so that whole like novelty of Chosen was completely gone. So I would just rather not. I don't think it was the worst set they've ever made, but I would just really rather not. And here we are to Reckoning Set 5. Oh my god. All right, if you followed me for a while, you know my opinions on these. I am not going to try to play coy again. It's going into despair tier. I'm just going to put it there already. But I will say my opinion of this set over time has increased. It's like the reverse of nostalgia goggles. I've forgotten how much I hated playing it whenever I played it. I've actually completely forgotten. It has been that much time, but I do remember not enjoying it, but I don't remember what it felt like. You know what I mean? This set of TFT was the first time that I ever actually quit playing. Took a whole month off from playing this. Now, it has happened one other time, and we'll get into that later, but this was the first time that ever happened for me. This was just such a poorly designed mechanic. The mechanic was awful, and you know, there's no argument for that because it was so bad that they had to completely change it in the mid set, which is pretty unheard of to change it that hard. But yeah, the set mechanic was just so bad, and that made it very unplayable. I think back on it a little bit more fondly now because a lot of the units I think are really cool. Like I really like Aphelios, I like Heimerdinger, Ivern, Volibear, Teemo, all those guys. I think there are a lot of cool units. I think the traits were really lame. One trait that they added in the set that was awesome was Cavaliers, and like Cavaliers, I love Cavaliers. I think they're really fun. But the traits were a lot of just stat buffs, which were very boring, and a lot of the itemization. It was like it launched with a 4-cost meta of like Aphelios meta, but the itemization was so bad for so many months that Aphelios had like a very strict itemization that was like Rageblade, Deathblade, and Draven basically was unplayable for 2 months of this set. Was like somewhat playable at the end of the set. Wasn't even like good until almost halfway through the following set. So yeah, it was so bad. Karma got released in a way where she couldn't use Sojourn at all. She had to use blue buff, but if you built blue buff, you didn't want to put blue buff on anyone else. It was a nightmare. It was a 4-cost meta that you knew what composition you were playing by stage 2 based off of your 2-starred units and based off because you played very linearly, you played very vertically in this set. So you knew what you're going to play based off of your items and your 2-starred 1-cost. By your 2-starred 1-cost, if you got a 2-star Leona, you're playing Redeems probably. 2-star Leona, you build a Rageblade, you're playing Redeems, right? You're playing Varus Redeems. It was a nightmare. It was absolutely a nightmare. I'm starting to remember. It's starting to come back now. All right, now we have Reckoning. Now we have actually this is Dawn of Heroes. This is Dawn of Heroes. Dawn of Heroes. This is 5.5. How do we feel about 5.5? Now, set 5 maybe quit the game, but 5.5 actually brought me back. Is it Vibe Central? Is it nice try? Is it I'd rather not? I think for now, I'm going to put it into the nice try tier because this actually brought me back to the game, and this was the basis for augments, which is an evergreen mechanic that is now part of TFT Forever. It's so successful, it's now part of TFT Forever. And this set had armories, and armories is the basis. It is completely the basis for all of these mechanics where you get to choose what you pick that they've been adding to the game over time. This was the first time they iterated that system, and it was really fun. It brought me back. I think this set still struggled from a lot of the stuff that set 5 struggled with, and this is why I won't take it over the top for me, is it had so many of the same units, so many of the same annoying units like Viego, Diana, that sort of thing. But it fixed the itemization issues from this set, which was so annoying. So it actually had a pretty decent launch. It fixed the mechanic. It added a new mechanic that was super fun. This mechanic was super fun, but also very unbalanceable. So I actually really like 5.5. My opinion of this set is very high, and I bet this one's actually pretty hot take because I think a lot of people lump in 5.5 and set 5 together, or they just didn't really give it a chance because they didn't like set 5 because set 5 was pure despair. Now we're getting to all the sets that came out over the past year, over the past 12 months pretty much, is these 4 sets. Let's see where we rank them. Now set 6 is an easy, I'm just throwing it in Vibe Central, baby. I think last time I made this tier list, I actually put set 6 over set 4, which is mind-blowing to me. But now that I've had some separation from that, I don't have the recency bias anymore. I feel like I can now appropriately rank these sets, and I'm putting this into Vibe Central, but we are going to rank them left to right, so it is lower than Fates. I want to make that distinction. It is lower than Fates, but this set, guys, was awesome. Introduction of augments. I think it's the best iteration of augments they've actually had so far, despite them having like 3 different iterations after it. The first time, I think they actually did it the best. But I think they get better at the mechanics, but it was just, when you played the game, it felt better. They're probably have gotten much better at balancing these augments nowadays, but at least the game felt the best on this launch. Had a bunch of cool legendaries, a bunch of cool stuff. Honestly, can't remember a lot about this set anymore, but I just remember how much I enjoyed playing it, and that's why we're gonna rank it so highly. Now we have 6.5. 6.5. Yeah, man. This one did not make me quit the game, but it was pretty close. It was pretty close, and that's why it's gonna go into the almost playable tier. I mean, I grinded the challenger in this set, and I dipped as soon as I hit challenger, I dipped. I found this to just be so unbelievably boring. I don't exactly remember why, but I remember the set just being so unbelievably boring. I don't know why it feels like I played this set 10 years ago, but it just was so boring, so unremarkable. I don't remember anything, like I don't remember any like positive emotion from playing this set, but I don't remember being that hateful about it. I just remember it being so boring, so boring. I feel like I just played like Renata every game or something. I feel like I played like Renata Bruisers or something every game or something. I don't know. It was just so boring. That's all I remember about this set is Renata Bruisers. So boring. Now we're on to our current set, Dragonlands. Not quite on the 7.5 yet, but let's talk about set 7. Set 7. Set 7. Now, let's just rank it. It goes way down here, man. Dude, this set. Last time I ranked these, I actually put this as the lowest. So let's actually fix that, because I'm not putting in the lowest. Teamfight Tactics set 5 is the lowest. Reckoning has to be the lowest for me, but damn, has set 7 come close. Not gonna get into it too much. I feel like I've talked about this so much over the past 6 months why I don't like set 7, but essentially the dragon mechanic just made the game so unfun. It was so bad. It was just so bad. For comp diversity, for playstyle diversity, it was just so bad. Just the fact that you have to play this dragon that takes up 2 spots on your team, gives you 3 traits. Like, you have to play it. You have to play the dragons. It was just so unfun. The fact that you couldn't play AP in this set was so unfun. The only AP comp was Deja. It was so unfun. They got rid of the system of the 2 AD carry, 2 AP carry, 4 costs. They got rid of that system that's been successful since the beginning of time in TFT. They got rid of that system and it sucked, and replaced it with just a Deja. And then you get in the meta, like, dude, the metas were so inflexible. You get into a Deja meta, or the Mirage is good for the Deja, then everyone's contesting the Mirage. I'm talking about in high elo, I'm talking in like Grandmaster Plus. I mean, I don't even, it feels like forever since I played this set, but I only have negative feelings. Only have negative feelings when I think about this set. Set 7.5. This is the set that is still playable on live. This set is the second time that I quit playing TFT. Now, I'm not going to put the full burden on this set. I'm about to rank it, but I think it's important to say is set 7 is what really pushed me over really pushed me to the edge. I was all the way to the edge, and then set 7.5 just wasn't good enough to keep me from jumping, for lack of a better metaphor. I've gone too far. I have to finish the metaphor. This wasn't what pushed me, but it didn't save me. You know what I'm saying? And so we're going to put it into the almost playable tier. And I think it's important to distinct them now. So let's look at the almost playable tier. I actually think I'd keep it exactly how it is. I think this is the worst of the almost playable tier, and almost goes into despair tier. This is the first time that I've ever quit after the first 3 weeks of the set. I actually gave set 5 a month, and then I got COVID, and I was sick for a month. I was very sick when I was playing. I had COVID very bad. And then when COVID was over, I came back and I played for a couple weeks, but it just wasn't for me, and the new set was about to come out. So that's kind of what happened with this. Now this set, I actually played for 3 weeks, and this is the first time I actually gave up on a climbing goal. So I try to hit challenger in every single set. The only sets I haven't hit challenger in post set 4 is actually set 5 and set 7.5. And as I just said, set 5 was mainly, I had COVID, and it was just like, it didn't make much sense to grind. It wasn't really like, I would have still grinded for the rank, but it just didn't make sense. I didn't have much time, and the new set was about to come out, and I was just like, say mental, right? This is the first time I ever just said, this game is not worth my time. It is just purely not worth my time. I played like 200 games of this set, I think. I got within 30 LP of Challenger. I was top 150. Challenger is top 250. I was top 150 like the whole first month I played. I got played the first 3 weeks, right? The entire time I was playing, I was in Challenger ELO, but I always go for the official rank, right? You know, I always got to get the official rank, got to get the screenshot, you know, got to get a little bit of clout, you know what I'm saying? This was the first time where it didn't feel worth, and I said, I'm just gonna save my mental, and I quit, and I completely started making it, I quit playing the game, and I quit making TFT content, which I'd been building for 2 years on my main channel. This is my new channel. And like, it was enough to make me almost leave TFT completely. But Set 8 has brought me back, and kind of having this time off has given me more motivation to play and motivation to make different types of content around TFT. And that's why Set 8 has brought me back. But this was enough to almost make me flush down 2 years of work. This, almost 2 years of building up skill, building up reputation within the community. This, God. Anyways, guys, this is my list. Again, put it in the comment section below if you agree with my list, or just put your list there. I'd love to see your list and see how people compare them. But again, guys, this is just for fun. This is just my opinion. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I'll see you later, guys. See you on the next video. Bye.